Hey, what's up, guys? This is Brandon. This is my 2023 Tesla Model 3. I'm going to do a quick interior and exterior walk around. This is the center console. I have a cover on it right there. I have some aftermarket cup holder inserts from Halo Black, I think is the name of the company, and they also have trays. I thought it was a pretty cool, like gray look, so I added it to my car. And then I'm showing you where the USB-C plugs in. There's two ports right there. It's got a quick detach or retract door there. Quick look at the black interior, back seat, front seat with the wood grain trim in front, and the glass sunroof. And then you got the big screen here in the center, which is where all your display and all your information's at. I'm kind of zoomed out right here, but it's showing tire pressures on that little screen there. It shows your current trips, like all of your odometer stuff, and then this is the radio tab. So there's 3 tabs in that function. This is your AC controls. You can control the way the airflow comes out of the vents, both driver and passenger side. You can set to auto. You can do heated seats. Here's heated steering wheel. All that can be auto based on the temperatures outside. I'm in Texas currently, so I don't have it necessarily on auto for heated anything because it's still hot. This is your control screen, access to like windshield wiper speeds, all that good stuff. Charging tab shows the last charge at a supercharger, shows what your current charge status is. Autopilot, I currently have the autopilot, the full self-driving feature, the monthly subscription, $200 a month. I just traveled from California to Texas recently, and I'm still on that 30-day trial or that 30-day window. I've already canceled it, but you still get it for the whole month, so it's a pretty cool feature. Works really well on the highways. Some city streets it works well on. I noticed in this town there's some construction going on, so it doesn't necessarily do very well with that, and it gets a little close to the cars on the side of the road, so I tend to not use it inside the neighborhoods. It does work, but it just gets a little too close for my comfort in case somebody opens a door or a kid comes running out of the driveway from the other side of a car or something like that. That's your service tab there that have access to your owner's manual, the car wash mode, which is pretty cool. I use that pretty frequently. All it really does is fold the mirrors in and make sure the windows are all up and the charge port stays closed. And then you have to press the brake and then actually tap a button that says enable free roll, so you can roll through the car washes that have the little track that push you. Otherwise, you just put it in neutral and let it go. But that's an energy consumption page. That's your navigation. Kind of defaulted there to the standard map, but in a second I'll click on the superchargers. That's the closest superchargers to where I am, and then I can also click the little globe, and the globe will do the satellite view. I used this on a trip from, like I said, from California to Texas, and the only issue I really had was I have the standard range rear wheel drive, which is the base model Tesla Model 3. So 272 is what it says for 100% charge. I think the most I would push it is 240, but there was a stretch between Flagstaff, Arizona and Gallup, New Mexico that I charged to about 95% there in the Flagstaff. I may be confusing the area. It might have been like Holbrook or something like that, like right on the edge of Arizona. Either way, it was a charger at a Carl's Jr. I got to about 85%, told me I was good to go. So I jumped on the highway. It kept diverting me back to that same charge station that I was just at. And so I decided to go back to that charge station because I didn't feel comfortable driving the 200 plus miles when it was telling me to turn around. So I ended up going back to Carl's Jr. for another 20 minutes or so and let it charge to 100. And then I hit the road, but I ended up making it to Flagstaff. So this would have been prior to Flagstaff. I ended up making it to Flagstaff with 30% of range or 30% battery left. So I was way good at the 85% mark. It was just kind of scaring me because that was the only issue I had with the navigation for Tesla on that trip, was that one stop. Everywhere else was, within 5% of what the estimated range out of me arriving there with battery percentage left. It was pretty accurate. And since being in Texas, I haven't necessarily taken any trips other than just local town driving, but I only have the level 1 charger currently, and that's been plenty. Like, I think I arrived here, the day I arrived here, I had still over 50%. I plugged in overnight and I was up to about 85%, and so I just targeted the 100 every night because I only use about, the max is about 10-20% a day. So I charge it to 100% as the owner's manual says. At least it says at least once a week, but I just charge it to 100 every day. I'm level 1 charging, so slow charging. Here I'm just going through all the features of the Spotify, the Bluetooth, radio. There's several different radios you can use. You can use TuneIn, which comes with the Tesla, and then there's Tide, I think it's called, or Tidal or something like that. I have a Spotify subscription, so I just stuck with Spotify, and they just recently updated it, and the update's pretty cool. It works a lot better. So you have tire pressures there. I recently got the tire warranties through Discount Tire, so these are the OEM tires, and I had about 6,000 miles on the car when I went to Discount and got them like the warranties through them. So it was about $180 I think for the warranties, and they cover those. And I had the tires rotated same day around that 6,200 mile mark. So I think it's 6,250 miles is what they recommend you rotate the tires at. So it was right around there, within 50 miles or so of that. It's good to go through your owner's manual to get really familiar with your vehicle. This is my first brand new vehicle that I've owned. My wife has had several brand new vehicles, but this is the first one that's been my daily driver. And so I got really familiar. I don't know anything. I didn't know much about Teslas. I just know I really wanted one. And so I didn't do a whole lot of research of how to operate it and what's going on with all the features. I just watched YouTube videos of how other people reacted to their Tesla and how they operated it. So the vast majority of my knowledge of this was all, DIY, your research, watching other people's YouTube videos. And for the most part, they've all been pretty accurate. I've learned stuff almost every day. Here I'm getting to the glove box. I set a pin, so you can unlock the glove box that way, in case you wanted to carry something important in there and didn't want anybody to have access to it. I bought some accessories as well from the steering wheel. So it has the 2 side pieces for the steering wheel, and then you have 3 pieces that just kind of stick on there with that 3M adhesive. It's also typically it's a 12 volt, but it's because it's a 2023, I have a 16 volt battery, so there's a 16 volt plug in there, like a cigarette lighter plug. These are also some of those Halo Black accessories, pedal covers, on and off. Kind of obvious for what reason. Don't really press the brake very much if you use the regen. Here I'm showing the window button and the door exit button, both sides. I think I want some white vinyl for the wood grain that's on the dash and the doors there. I think that would look more matching with the steering wheel accessories and the cup holder accessories that I have. But I went with just the black on white. Just, at the time it was a free option. I guess now the gray one is a free option, but the white one is an additional cost now. Recently I have those black Tesla badges on there too, and then I took the arrow covers off, so these are the stock 18-inch arrows, but also have some inserts that go over the lug nuts and then in the center cap. I thought it looked pretty good. It's kind of like a smoked out black, and then there's the blackout Tesla badge in the front. Normally it's a chrome decal on the front and the rear and the steering wheel, so I blacked out all those. Little kit on Amazon. Same thing with the wheel cover, the wheel inserts. Black door handles, the black trim. I had the windows tinted. Looks pretty good. I really like the way the windows turned out and the way it looks. Trunk, you can either use your app or there's a button on the back there. Just pull the handle and it opens up. Same for closing it. Plenty of space in this trunk actually. I moved several boxes in there, vacuum, bunch of stuff from when I moved from California to Texas. So. But in the closet, or you can just use the app, like I said. If you're on the fence about getting a Tesla, though, I highly recommend it. It was a good buy.